Hello, my name is Martha Shataye, and today I'm going to talk to you about my project I did for graphic design. It was a ray tracer project where we had to draw two teapots and have a shadow on them just to show dimension and everything. The starter code was given to us with the teapot, and we just had to apply the shadow. So let me just run that and show you. Um, Let me share my screen. Sorry. And I'm so sorry. I don't know why my laptop decided to have black and white. So I'm so sorry for that. But let me just open up my code and run it first. It already ran. I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait. It takes a quite a while. But this is what it looks like. I really love it because I did implement a new thing, which is edge. As you can see at the edge, you can see a dark spot. So the issue that I had when I was coding this is because when I was putting the shadow in there, it you can see the handle right here, the handle. It didn't have like it was blending in with the teapot in the back. So this edge you can clearly see. There's a depth, there's a teapot in the back, there's a teapot right here, and you can see the light coming in. You can tell where the light source is, and it looks beautiful with the edge. Without the edge, it just looked bland, with something missing. And also, I'm an artist, I love to draw, especially shading. So adding this edge was beautiful, and I will explain the code. But yeah, let me go over my code now. Um, Okay, so let's start from the start. I have quite a few changes. Um, Let me just get up here. Okay, so one thing is the code was running and it was taking a while, and we didn't know if it was working. We didn't know if it was in the middle. We didn't know. So my teammate contacted our professor, Dr. Sanders, and Dr. Sanders told us to put checkpoints in there. So I put a bunch of checkpoints in there to inform me of what's happening. So here, like if this Ray Tracer program is starting and stuff like that, it's just showing a bunch of stuff I can show here in the terminal. Oh, it's actually, let me just run it again and we can see the terminal. Oh, my laptop's but we can see it running and then we'll see what it displays. But it's just basically for me to know what's happening because we didn't know if it was working. And every time we made a change, it's just like we don't know if it's working or not. Okay. This code highlighted in red is my team from. Again, these system out println, all of these are just to just let me know where it's going on. And then this light position, this we had to define. I think I defined it up, no, below. I defined it below, but this is just to like show the light position again, like where from the light source that it's coded in here. Just implementing that again, checkpoints, a lot of checkpoints. All the blue is the starter code. So we're gonna go down to again, I had to define here for the light position and call it again. And then, okay, so this is the, before this edge detection, it's not my homework. So let me go over my homework first and then I'll talk about what extra stuff that I added. I don't know, am I recording? Okay, okay. Oh my God, I thought I wasn't recording. Oh my God, that would have sucked. Okay, so it basically detects edge in a 3D object and it applies the blackout outline to highlight them in the rendered image. So that's basically that's okay. I can talk about the edge again. I first, sorry, I got a little confused. But that's what the edge detection is doing. Basically, it calculates the dot product between the ray direction and the surface normal at the point where the ray hits the object. If the ray hits the surface head on, the dot produces 1. And if the ray gazes the surface at an angle, the dot produces 0. And then so this one, the mat dot apps, it ensures we're only intersecting in the magnitude of the angle. If the angle is small, if the angle is, oh, sorry. If the angle is small, the value will be below the edge threshold of 0.2. So when this condition is met, the pixel is colored in black to create the outline effect. I think this was a very cool. I had a little issue with this, but when I set it to have this statement where if it's um, like getting it at an angle. I don't know, it's kind of like hard to explain, but it's just seeing the intersection, like if it's getting it at an angle, and it would just output, if it would just output with the outline. But back to where my homework was. So this is where I was showing the shadow. So in this code, sorry, I don't know if you can see it, but this code, it handles the shadow logic, which also my teammate did the calculation for that. It handles the shadow logic in the rendering process. It ensures the shadow appears realistic and vary in intensity based on the distance from the light source. So that's also another thing that I added. First, we were having like one kind of like color to just do the highlights, but I mean, to do the shadow, but in shadows, there are different types of like shading. So that's also like showing, depending on like how far it is from the light source, it would have a different type of shade. Um, so so the shadow intersection right here, it is checking if the shadow ray interacts with any object between the light source and the surface point. It ensures the intersection is closer to the surface than the light source, confirming the point in the shadow. And then the is shadow logic, I'm so sorry, the in shadow logic, if it is true, the shadow's darkness is calculated based on how far the surface from the light it is. And it normalizes the distance and ensures the shadow are never completely black, because that's also another thing. I had to change the background color as well, because if the background is really dark, it was really hard to see the shadow. So I made the background color a little lighter, and then the shadow have a darkest point, which is the edge, and also coming from that, it would just shade it. So yeah, that's what I did for this section. Let me see. Yes, that's what I did for this section, and just a little changes here and there that I did with the just commenting and stuff like that. But overall, I really liked this project because I get to do something that I love, which is shading. But this is beautiful. Like, I think I'm gonna apply this to a lot of things. I've never drawn on a computer with coding before, like besides this class, but it's just like it's really nice to see the shading come up like this. But overall, I really enjoyed this project, and thank you so much and have a great day. Pause this.